"Rabbits," says Mr. Lockleigh, "are like human beings in many ways. One of these is certainly their staunch ability to withstand disaster, and to let the stream of their life carry them along past reaches of terror and loss. They have a certain quality which it would not be accurate to describe as callousness or indifference. It is, rather, a blessedly circumscribed imagination and an intuitive feeling that life is now. A foraging wild creature, intent above all upon survival, is as strong as the grass. Collectively, rabbits rest secure upon Fritz's promise to Alara. Hardly a full day has elapsed since Holly had come crawling in delirium to the foot of Watership Down, yet already he was near recovery, while the more light-hearted Bluebell seemed even less the worse for the dreadful catastrophe that he had survived. Hazel and his companions had suffered extremes of grief and horror during the telling of Holly's tale. Pimkin had cried and trembled piteously at the death of Scanvius, and Acorn and Speedwell had been seized with convulsive choking as Bluebell told of the poisonous gases that murdered underground. Yet, as with primitive humans, the very strength and vividness of their sympathy brought with it a true release. Their feelings were not false or assumed, while the story was being told. They heard it without any reserve or detachment that the kindest of civilized humans retained, as he reads his newspaper. To themselves, they seemed to struggle in the poisoned ruins, and to blaze with rage for poor Pimpernel in the ditch. This was their way of honoring the dead. The story over, the demands of their own hard, rough lives began to reassert themselves in their hearts, in their nerves, their blood and appetites. Would that the dead were not dead. But there's grass that must be eaten, pellets that must be chewed, herka that must be passed, holes that must be dug, sleep that must be slept.